Sunday is usually a day reserved for rest, but I wasn't that sleepy. Shit, I woke up feeling adventurous. So I hopped on the Red Line, bypassed a few colorful gifts left behind by some of the district's finest, until I finally arrived at my destination. The regal architecture placed me in a dreamlike mood, which was quite appropriate for my first destination. With reading material in hand, and 80s-inspired design in view, I was all set. New York, baby. The Big Apple, with equally big advertisements. Passing through New York, I caught the tail end of Linsanity at the Garden. Some kung fu fighting hipsters in the Village, and flag-bearing protesters in the park. Is Brooklyn in the house? I always wanted to say that. B.I.G. is in fact my favorite rapper, but these were far from the streets he rapped about. While in BK, I caught up with our style editor, Chuck Vo, and he guided me across trendy Williamsburg, where I saw cool sights and settled on some even cooler kicks.
Living in Brooklyn and just being in Brooklyn, you feel the energy. It's a different vibe than you get from being in the so-called big city of Manhattan. There's a certain thread that connects us all here. We all desire to have kind of a creative expression here, and we all seem to be collaborating in that effort to make sure the neighborhoods and the communities support that mission. There's so much to do here. There's the arts, the museums, the bike rides. There's so many things to engage you and just make you feel like you're a part of that community.
I enjoyed my time in New York, but I had my sights set on another big city. So I hopped on a late-night flight, this time with new reading material. Told you B.I.G. was my favorite. And waved a big hand to the Big Apple. Strolling in on the Dan Ryan, Chicago may easily be one of the most scenic and sports-oriented cities in these here United States. I settled in the Wrigleyville section of Chicago, where you can find a good seat in and outside of the stadium. On the heels of St. Paddy's Day, Chicago was not short on its Irish pride, as diners left and right were showing their full support. Oh yeah, this guy too. An interesting fact about Chicago comes in the form of its parking. The city has privatized its parking in a congestion pricing concept aimed at reducing the parking crunch downtown. Yeah. All those expensive prices got me a bit hungry, so I headed over to a Chicago favorite for some deep dish. Needless to say, it was a bit too much for me to stomach. Pause. Belly full, I wandered around downtown and was exposed to a bit of the local street culture, which was quite entertaining. I even managed to catch the sunset gleam off the Chicago River. From the Big Apple to the Windy City, this is Austin Weatherington, encouraging you to stay smug.